Coach's shoes. Advertisement. Today, I will be painting these shoes. Yeah, these are my mom's shoes from when she was in high school, I believe. I think. I don't know. I already know what I'm gonna do, so I'm going to do it and show. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, shoes. These are my mom's old shoes from when she was in high school, I think. I really do like the design of them, and the little inside thing is cool. It's really pretty. But they are dirty, so I have to clean them. So I'm going to be using some acetone and alcohol and a rag. And I'm just going to clean them to get them nice and white so that when I paint on them, it'll all go together, you know? And it'll all be nice and clean and clean. And here they are. Now that we've got them clean, it's time for the paint. So here's the paint that I will be using. This is the Angelus leather paint, and it is specifically for fabric and stuff, so it'll work perfectly on here. So here's the paint, and I will also be using paint brushes. Not all of them, but some of them, and water. Okay, the gang's all here, so now I'm going to show you the reference. There we go. And I started to do the sketch in pencil, but I quickly realized that pencil is just not gonna cut it. It didn't show up that well. So I decided to use a pen. Which was stupid because of problems you will see later on. But I mean, I could see the sketch, so I guess that's all that matters. So as you saw from my reference photo, I am painting Minnie Mouse. I decided to do Minnie Mouse when I realized that it was like pink. I was trying to do a character that was associated with pink. I was going to do an anime character, but the only character I could think of was Sakura, aka Uselessness. And I do not like her. I do not want her on my shoes. So I decided to do Minnie. I was actually going to go for Hisoka, which would probably be cool, but Minnie was better. She's cuter, you know. And I do know that Minnie isn't actually pink, she's red, the original. I say as I literally show a picture of pink Minnie, but she also has pink, so you know, that'll work. Now that I think about it, I probably could have did Betty Boop. That would have been really cute. Okay, so now I am sketching the other shoe, and I am gonna use a different pose for this one, because first of all, that's less boring, and second, I don't think I can redraw the exact same thing. It's not easy. So I did a different pose on this one, and yeah, that's that. Okay, so here are my very visible sketches, and now it's time for the paint. So I'm going to be using my pink, my orange, and my yellow, and also the black. And I'm going to mix a custom color for the fleshy part of her face. You know, that little tannish part. This thing. And that is a tan color, so I'm mixing that. Yes. Okay, finally painting time. So I'm starting off with that nice tannish color, as you can see. And I'm just gonna do a nice coat of all the colors that are supposed to be where, you know. And I am adding a little bit of red into the pink to make it a little bit darker. I felt like I wanted it to be darker. Not really. I will lighten it later because that is dark. It's very dark. Literally the same color as a little strip back there. Ooh, and the bow. The bow was my favorite part. It was so satisfying to paint. And also the black parts, because it's so dark and black and it just covered up everything perfectly. It was just, yes. Okay, so here is coat number 1, of course. Very splotchy. But now we're gonna go on with coat number 2. And this actually did not need 2 coats, it needed like 5. And this is specifically because of that pen that I used. When I was painting, the pen kind of bleeded with the paint. And right now it looks fine. But when it dries, the paint like bleeds with the pen, and then the pen shows up in the background. Which is good for this one because now I know where my lines are without having to like figure it out. But on the second one, it didn't really look that well. But you'll see. Now I am adding the polka dots, which was another favorite because first of all, I got to use my dotting tool, which I don't get to use much, and it was just very, very satisfying. And then I'm going in with the black outlines, which was also very satisfying. Again, the bow and the dress was my favorite part to do. Something about it was very satisfying. I should really stop saying satisfying. Now we're moving on to the second shoe, which is the other one, and this is the problem child. I just had to do so many coats on this, and in the very beginning I did not really like how the sketch turned out, so I was hoping when I painted it I could fix that. In the end it kind of did, but it's still not my favorite. And this is where the pen bleeded the most, or bled the most. Yeah, that sounds better. So here's the first coat. As you can see, absolutely hideous. But I'm going in with the second coat, trying to fix it. And it always looks better when it's wet, but then when it dries, it's just no. Do you see that face? Anyways, I'm ignoring that catastrophe and going in with the polka dots, which was again my favorite part. And I felt like the inside needed something, so I decided to put her little logo, which is the little Minnie Mouse ears, or the mouse ears in general, with her bow on top. And this thankfully only needed 2 coats, and I did that on both insides of the shoe. Now I am doing her outline, which was cool and fun, but again, that freaking pen, do you see that? Later I was able to put enough coats on it to where it wasn't as noticeable, but you can still definitely see it. Then I had to turn away from the camera to get in those details, you know. Okay, here they are. Again, I do like this one better, but here are the little insides. We're gonna ignore the fact that one is bigger than the other. And I did add my signature, but this clip is very, very blurry, so you can barely see it. But I used some acetone to get like any paint off the edges, because I did get some over there. Just a little cleanup, you know. Now I'm using this acrylic finisher, also from Angelus. And this is just to preserve the paint, to make sure that it stays nice and protected and stays long enough. And I put, I think, 3 thin... No, not 3. I was too lazy for that. I put 2 thin coats of it on there and called it a day. I also put it on the inside part because, you know, that also needs to be protected. And I am also doing the other shoe, of course. Little sneak peek at my little plastic things in the background. More in detail picture on my Instagram. And here, as you can perfectly see, I don't even have to tell you what I'm doing. I am adding Minnie and Mouse on both shoes. And I did use a white gel pen, but I do go over it with white paint because a white gel pen is not going to hold up. And there we are. You know, that's cute. Now here I am removing the paper that I put inside. I just used that so that it could be easier to draw. And it's time for some shoe modeling.
Oh girl, you got me going psycho. Oh I know, 네 보이 떠나줘. Oh I go, you got me going psycho. Oh I know, 네 보이 떠나줘.
So here's how they turned out, and I absolutely love them. We are gonna ignore the fact that I put Mouse and Minnie on the wrong shoe, but that's unique.
No, it's not.
But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And that's it. Bye bye.